everyone, I'm Snow White. Snow White and the Seven Cool Dudes is coming soon. It's a fun show and you get to meet all the characters afterwards, so please come along. Oh, and bring your friends.
Performing at the Commercial Club Albury, Wednesday the 5th of October.
Preferably within about 24 to 48 hours, getting assessed at a physio that we can look at some of the signs of their concussion and set them up on a path which speeds up their recovery. Complete rest is now out, so it's about finding a level where the client can exercise but not exacerbate their symptoms, and that's really important for speeding up their recovery. Yeah, well, symptoms from concussion can go longer than 28 days, which is known as a post-concussive syndrome, and the risk of that can be minimised if you do have an earlier assessment. I think the other important thing is just making sure that your brain has properly recovered before you're getting back to contact work or jobs where you have a risk of having an impact. And if your brain's not ready to deal with those, then it can be a lot nastier. So that's what we want to determine, is where you are on that recovery track.
You work hard, so does your equipment. You can't afford to stop. So when a hose or fitting lets go, you need to know there's someone around to get you back up and running fast. No matter where you are or what time it is, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network all around the country, chances are we're not that far away. You work hard at what you do, and at NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days, and binge days. Every day lives here with Cavalier.
Take an unforgettable journey through the many eras of the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis and American Trilogy. With three of the world's leading Elvis entertainers on the one stage, Elvis and American Trilogy. Book now.
With space. With energy. With spirit. With commitment. With courage. With flexibility. With creativity. With strength. Life. Without limits.
You work hard, so does your equipment. You can't afford to stop. So when a hose or fitting lets go, you need to know there's someone around to get you back up and running fast. No matter where you are or what time it is, your local NZ hose doctor will be there. With an extensive network all around the country, chances are we're not that far away. You work hard at what you do, and at NZ, we work hard to keep you going. NZ, on call 24/7.
Give me space days, cringe days, sleepy days,
Good afternoon and welcome to the All In Sports coverage of the Hockey Albury Wodonga Grand Finals. It's been a big couple of days. We had the 17 stream through All In Sports on Friday night. Big day yesterday of hockey through some pretty shocking conditions, it must be said. We've seen both Div 2 games happen this morning, but Cavalier Home special comments, Dom Wild. This is what we've waited all season for. We've been streaming the boys and the girls all year. We get the Div 1 men's game happening tonight.
This is it, Cass. This is what we wake up for.
We've been training all year for this,
yep,
Dom.
Yep, ready.
So before we do kick off, we've got about a minute till we start. Say a big thank you to our major partners who not only are broadcasting with us today, all final series and all year long, BF Transport, Commercial Club Albury, Back on Track Physiotherapy and NZ Albury. Cass Argus with you for All In Sports. Joining me as always, my commentary buddy, my wingman. Special comments, Cavalier Homes, Dom Wild. Dom, talk me through a little bit of some action that we're expecting to see here today.
Well, hopefully we've called it nearly every game that we want a goal fest, but hopefully today we do. We've got two fast-playing teams. I think from Wodonga they'll be more a pass and move type team, whereas United, obviously Tim Jones down the back, he'll control it, but there's some players there that enjoy running with the ball and a bit of fancy skill up front. A lot of goal scorers in their team.
Interestingly enough, Dom, they've played each other 5 times this year, and at the moment it's 2 wins apiece and a draw, so the winner today truly gets bragging rights as to who's the best team in the competition. So the thing is, though, in maybe somewhat of an upset in the semi-final, Wodonga did come out victorious against United. Can we expect maybe something similar, or do you think United of that extra week has helped them and they're going to play themselves well into this game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I said a few weeks ago I never enjoy, or I don't think you'd enjoy having a week off going into finals. You want to keep your momentum up. Your team are obviously all set and in a good position. A week off can hurt you, but I think Wodonga came down and watched United last week. We saw them on the other side of the pitch watching quite closely, and United had to fight pretty hard for that match. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Wodonga will know what United want to do, but United have probably sorted a few issues out last week, ready for this week.
I'll ask the same question of you for both teams. Dom, talk me first through, how do Wodonga win?
They've just got to stick to their game. They can't fall into the trap of United. United are an old sort of seasoned campaigner team. They've a lot of players there with a lot of experience in this competition and then external competitions as well. But Wodonga are a pass and move, so they don't need to get caught running the ball, holding on to it. They want to pass, move. They're super fit. Every single one of their players is super fit, so that's how they'll win it, I think. And
is that a bit of the coach, Jez Payne, making sure they're super fit?
I think so. They've always been a fit team, and you know the older players in the team have been fit. They always retain that fitness, but yeah, Jez has been pretty hard on that, I think, and yeah, he's a pretty hard coach. He's pretty ruthless, but he knows what they need to do to win. So.
Yeah, for Wodonga to win, they've got to take advantage when they're given a short corner. They're very, very well drilled in their short corners, and they probably just need to put them away as they get them. That's going to be their biggest advantage today. So, same question again, Dom. How do United win?
United, it's a bit of a hard one. They're just good players. They've played a lot, like I said. They've played a lot together, and a lot of seasoned campaigners. If they just do their thing, all work off each other, they've got the strikers up there. They've scored a lot of goals this year. They've got 3 goal scorers over 20 goals, or 20 or more, sorry. So, yeah, they're an absolute deadly team in that attacking D, but Tim Jones down the back will control it and feed that ball up through the middle to him to give him an opportunity.
We've got our refs calling the boys onto the field here, and the crowd is building today. We've had a couple here watching the Div 2, but I'll look around. The weather at the moment is staying away, and we've got a good crowd out here. Our referees today, our umpires, Ian Beath, Matt Russell, 2 blokes who've played a lot of Div 1 hockey this year as well, so they'll know the style of play the boys want to go ahead with. We'll see them come out. I always enjoy with the men's how they shake hands going onto the pitch.
Bit of etiquette there.
As the game starts, I like it. Both teams too, both goalies dressed. We know that it'll be Ben Martin for Wodonga and Scott Anderson for United that'll start, but they are ready for anything that comes their way today. So we're not far off play getting underway. All In Sports bringing you not only the broadcast all day today, we're going to be here for the women's game next as well, so stay tuned. You've got Cass Argus with you in the commentary. We've had Nathan Faulkner take us through the 2 Div 2 games. His first crack at hockey, and up-and-coming All In Sports commentator, did a great job. Jace up on the camera, he's up in the don't know what you call that, Dom. Is it
a bit of a tarpaulin, I'd have thought, a bit rigged up by someone.
He's well up high, so the coverage you should be getting is great today. We've got Harry on the computer sorting us out so we can fully concentrate on hockey today, Dom.
We're all here, Cass.
We're going to
Just
have,
you and I.
not far away from kickoff, we're going to have Wodonga headed to the right of your screen, United to the left. Dom, quick tip from you before we start.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah,
I'm going to go.
Give us a tip, come on.
2-2 extra time, 3-2 Wodonga.
Golden goal? Or
golden goal, yep.
Goal? I'm with you on a draw at the end.
Yep.
I'm taking a draw after extra time, though, and I want it to go to the penalties.
Oh, you want running penalties?
We haven't had one in all of the grand finals yet this weekend. I want one. So we're underway down here, Hockey Albury Wodonga grand final action. Wodonga started with the ball, but it's been taken away by United, and as they do, they are on the hop here. Captain Tim Smith. Boys just come back. The bearded man, Matt Vogel, we all know who he is.
And the ponytail, isn't it nice?
Yeah, he looks like he's had a trim today, though. I think
he tidied himself up for the broadcast, I'd have thought.
For grand final, don't you?
Yep.
Smith tries to send in the circle, and Pritchard's probably just a bit of self-preservation, but Smith takes off straight away into the circle. Oh, a wild swing there. Geez, the boys just a little bit at the moment. It's a little bit of a hot start, but as we say that, United have got themselves a short corner straight off the bat.
United were pretty smart there. They went forward, looked like they were just going to continue to attack. Wodonga had to fall away, and then that pass back out to the defensive players in United, and then pummel it back up for a short corner.
So 45 seconds into this match, Cavalier home, special comments, Don Wild. We've got United with a short corner, and could you imagine the confidence they're going to take away from this if they can score 45 seconds in the match? But it's going to be a tough task. Ben Martin, one of the best keepers in the business.
I'm not sure what they'll do here. They'll probably be looking for a layoff, I'd have thought.
Looks like it's Tim Smith on top. Line up here with the ball coming out. So short corner here for United to kick off today's action. Smith takes the shot. Martin's gone down. Martin saved it, and good work there from the other was Ben Boyd on the post. I think he had to make a play at that. It might have been going in. A great start there for Wodonga's defence, but also you'd be happy if you were not United that you've done well there in your first shot.
Yeah, Marto being around a long time knows that Tim Smith's not going to come in with a flick, so drop straight down. Perfect from him.
Here we go with Josh Pritchard. He's taken the ball away from Leeburn. The shot on the save, but it's come off. The save from Anderson. He's done well there.
Oh, there's some skill.
And we've got Mulrooney there. Just misfiring with his shot, but geez, that's good from Wodonga to go straight away.
Bit of end-to-end hockey. This is what we wanted, Cass.
This is it. We want plenty of goals today, and we want a draw, and we want extra time, and we want the penalty flicks. We don't want a lot, do we, Dom?
No, we don't ask for much. We haven't had it all year, though.
So Jez Payne about to come onto the pitch as he starts most games off the bench, gets a bit of a read of how his team's going so he can shoot out to the middle and inject a little bit more structure on the boys. He'll be a huge part of whether or not Wodonga win today, and good to see Josh Pritchard with a good start. One of their best goal scorers throughout the year, Dom.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll be able to tell us how many he's got for the year.
Pritchard's on 11 for the year.
I'm liking your stats so far in this game, Dom. You've
done
prepared.
Some research for you, Cass.
You have. I like it. All that's missing is the suit and tie today, buddy.
That's coming out for the next game.
Speaking of the next game, the North
let's not
women
talk about it.
Have rolled up today. They're
think confident, aren't they?
They say their colour is royal blue. They're all in crowns and a couple of them with capes on. They've just watched their Div 2 women have a good win. They're up and about. So Albon, he'd be their highest goal scorer for the year.
Albon comfortably their highest goal scorer, sorry.
How many's he got?
19 for Ethan.
Good from you, Tom Wild.
He's a pretty crafty player, Albon, and he's super quick on his feet. He's just lightning.
So Innes was looking to go in the circle, but it's cut off by Jones. The ever-consistent Tim Jones. So Pont will have the ball now. I'll get his name right this week. It's Brett. I think last time we had him, I called him Craig the whole time.
Craig there a few times.
Look, Craig will enjoy it. He'll love that he got a mention.
He was probably umpiring, was he?
He must have been somewhere for me to know his name. So Mulrooney looking lively to begin with. He's beaten one there. Won't beat McQueen though, but it will be a long corner.
Mulrooney's really stepped up this season. We had him in the Spitfires team this year and came away with us. First couple of games, obviously a bit daunting, but then stepped up and showed his skill. And he's got super, super quick hands on the ball. His skills are just...
Young fella, is he?
Yeah, he's only young. Yeah, 18, I believe.
If he wasn't that young, I was going to ask him what skincare cream he was using because he looks young. So good work here from Sonta. He'll be looking for a short corner and he gets one. So Wodonga, we talked about at the start of the broadcast that Wodonga will need to capitalise when they get these short corners, and here's their first chance. Cavalier Home special comments, Dom Wild.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they'll do here. I reckon they've got a few options. Jez Payne's drilled some good attacking short corners into him. We've seen that throughout the year, but for mine, if I was out there, I'd be pretty happy with Ethan Albon having a flick straight up, giving him an opportunity.
Yeah, he's good enough to do it.
Yeah.
I think first shot you've got to give him. It looks like he's winding up for that.
Mulrooney's also strong on that right battery as well.
So Wodonga, best chance for a Jaco Albury Wodonga goal here. It's a good ball out. Albon, he flicks it. It's come off the leg for mine.
Going to get another short corner here.
It's Foster, and another short corner. He come out hard, Foster.
That is not how you want to start. 4 minutes in, cop one below the shin pads.
Coach Jez Payne for Wodonga here. He's trying to pretend like he wants Foster to be okay, but I think he'd be happy to see him come off for a few minutes. So second short corner for Wodonga.
They'll give him another opportunity here, I reckon.
He had the chance to get the shot off, but Foster just put his body in the way. Pritchard, one of the best in the business to inject it out. He's come out, it's gone to Mulrooney. He's gone to flick Anderson, he's bobbled it. He has got this a shot. Oh no, I thought he had his hands up for a stroke.
I thought he called a stroke then.
I thought the way he had his hands, it was a stroke.
Someone must have swung in there for him to get a free hit there, because the goalie, Scotty Anderson, sort of covered the ball up a little bit. So
he'd saved it, but it bobbled between his feet.
Yeah, so someone's obviously from Wodonga swung in and had a crack and copped the United stick.
We did talk about Wodonga taking those short corners. So Smith looking lively to begin the game here too.
I don't mind that from Wodonga actually. Second short corner in, give someone different an opportunity, and it keeps United guessing for the rest of the game. I actually quite like it.
So right onto the pitch. He had a really good game last week. Goes back to Foster. Foster finds the free hit. It was the foot of McQuilton. That's Kieran. So good setup here from Wodonga. There's not a lot for United to go to, so he's going to have to go wide. That's Leeburn. A different stick today. I reckon he had the gold stick last week.
Yeah, I think you're right. Making your job hard.
Well, I'm trying to look at it. He has a different number every couple of weeks. He has a different stick.
Yeah.
Good ball through from Sonta. It's Albon coming on. Anderson's going to have to come out.
What a goal.
He's had the
there
shot.
It is.
It's a goal.
That is class.
Albon's put the Wodonga in front. It's a goal. Scott Anderson's asking some questions out there, but it's been called a goal. Ethan Albon, the first Jaco Albury Wodonga goal for the day. He's their highest scorer for the year, and he's put him on top early.
That is some goal.
Great start for Wodonga.
Cass, you wanted to see a bit of excitement out of me today, and I think you got it.
You did, but you went over the top of me, Dom.
Sorry. Did you want a bit of excitement?
I'm the one who calls the goals, Dom. Just know your place.
I'd called it before it even got in. Sorry.
You did. How good was Ethan Albon just then? He could have blazed away, but he just managed to chip it over the top knowing the keeper was out of his box.
He was pretty smart. He waited for the keeper to come out. He could have got that way earlier, I think. He's got legs to burn up that left-hand side, and he's waited and held off that ball for the keeper to come out and pick it up, and he's just popped it in.
I just noticed Seth Leach come onto the pitch. How's the fresh new headband he's rolling with? I've never seen anything whiter, other than probably your legs,
Here we go.
in my life.
Yeah.
So Jez Payne also on the pitch now. He'd be happy with his team start. Here we go again. It's Albon. He'll be full of confidence, taking on Cull, who's been everywhere this weekend. Under 17s. Best and fairest. Just played in the Div 2 Grand Final.
I was going to say.
Oh, Leeburn with a wild swing there. A baseball style hit from him. So it just looks like at the moment Wodonga a little bit on top here of United.
Yeah, they've got their heads up. They're running through them.
I've got Ian Beath sorted out the way he does his pointing now. We won't get caught out with with the stroke again. I've watched him that time too. Very good operator, Ian Beath. Probably doesn't umpire as much as he should, but very lucky to have a couple of these blokes in the association. Him and Matt Russell will sort this game out very well today. So it's a good ball up. Oh, he's just lost his footing there. Sean Moore, who scored a goal last week on the coverage. It hasn't rained probably for a good maybe half hour, 45 minutes, Dom, so the pitch hopefully might be starting to dry up a little bit.
The sun's come out just to give us that final feel. Oh, this is a bit interesting. Might I'll get this one, let's say.
So Pont. Have Boyd with him. The pressure, and well done from Hegney. Takes the shot straight away. Wodonga will have to be careful of their 5 here. Foster looks to take it into the circle. Don't mind this from Wodonga, just trying to slow down the United run. They're a team that loves to take the free hit. We've lost a marquee out the back too.
It's not a good start from United, is it?
Not a good start for United. They've lost a goal already, and they've also lost a marquee out the back.
The marquee's on Alex Park, Cricket Oval.
I don't reckon they'll see that at all, though.
Good tackle there. Seth Leach, brilliant.
It was Jones trying to take it in, but Leach in the cleanest headband I've ever seen. Bit of Karate Kid.
Yeah, I was going to say
action.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
What's the tennis player's name that uses it?
Rafa?
Is it Rafa?
Yeah.
But he changes colour, doesn't he?
So if Leach is the Karate Kid, does that make Jez Payne Mr. Miyagi?
Mr. Miyagi, yeah, probably.
Great ball for Wodonga, but Albon couldn't quite get there. He was in great position, though. United, as they do, just flinging the changes here.
Jonesy rolling up into the midfield here. Tim Jones, sorry. Rolling up into the midfield. Maybe trying to get a bit more cleaner ball or better ball, or maybe even just a bit more control through that midfield.
So
he might have not been happy with that one.
Hill out to Lieber, that was Liam. A couple of Hills out there, Liam and Corey. He's Leach, but not quite past McQueen, who's a prolific goal scorer for United. That's gone out.
Leach has done well to get that one there.
Call back inside. Payne just says, give it to me. I'll take it from here, boys. Pont. Ever consistent down there, down back. I'm just going to roll with Pont today so I don't stuff it up.
Good thinking, Cass.
Yeah.
Keep things simple. Oh.
Really taking out his own teammate there with the little miss hit. So Carl will take it now for United. Mentioned it before, under 17s association, best and fairest, Campbell Carl. Future looking bright for United.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've had a couple of their younger boys roll through. Hegney over the last couple of years as well. Wright still pretty young as well.
Yeah, Wright's a good player as well. Really skillful player.
He's an all in sports favourite, Wright. We love the way he goes about his business. Don't shake your head at me. You know I love good attacking players. You see these shaking your head. The viewers at home, I'll tell them. Leeburn fires into the circle, but well done. It was probably a little bit high. So Pont will take it here, and as we look at the time clock, it's already only 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. There's been one Jaco Albury Wodonga goal today, and it's gone to Wodonga. Payne probably hasn't had too many touches, but he'd be happy with his team and the way they're going.
United will be marking Payne pretty hard through that midfield. They won't give him any opportunity.
Dave McQuilton up to Mulrooney. His stick doing a fair bit of work there, but the ball not really going anywhere. But a beautiful move there. Gets it back
Dave
to McQuilton. He was looking for Pritchard inside, and the swing and miss from United will give away the free hit. And Pritchard, he's looking for a card on Carl, but Carl had nowhere to go.
Ian Beath's a very good umpire for players. He'll speak to you. You obviously, everyone respects him as a player, so understand what he's calling.
Pritchard fires into the circle
Yeah,
there. Sorry to come over the top.
Right.
I thought there might have been a Wodonga player nearby, but there wasn't.
Yeah, he'll sort of speak to the players out there and discuss why he's called the call, and everyone respects it, and it's quite nice to have an umpire out there that's willing to. So I might have made a mistake, but this is what I've seen.
Question for you.
Yep.
I haven't seen Beathy umpire too many games this year. Is he typically someone who gives away a card easily?
No.
And that's because as a player he hates getting the cards that he gets?
I don't think so. I think he's just as a person, he's firm and he's quite comfortable with the decisions he makes.
Yep.
And if someone's got a question, he's also entitled to his opinions, and we're entitled to our opinions as players. But Jonesy there, great.
Pritchard into the circle, but good from Jones. Did well to keep his feet out of it as well.
I think Beathy would rather keep 22 players on the pitch and have a little discussion with them and say, righto, that's enough. And if it keeps going, we will have cards. But yeah, no, he's pretty good. Very good umpire.
Good start to the game from Josh Pritchard here. There's been a few times though Wodonga's gone into the circle and there just hasn't been anyone there to run onto it. So something potentially that Coach Jez Payne might address at quarter time. He was in the middle of the pitch, and as soon as he saw Dave Foster come on, he ran straight to him. As we look up here, Hegney is heading into the circle, but it's gone out over the sideline. So United with 2 minutes to go in this first quarter will look to load up and get it into the circle. That's a good save there from, geez, great play all round. It was a shot from United and the save from Ben Martin, who probably wasn't expecting it.
No, I didn't think he was going to get it.
The one-hander threw the mid up and knocked it down.
Got him. Perfect. Who was it out there? Henry McQueen, was it? Diving attempt.
I think it might have been.
We'll run with it anyway.
You'll be happy with that.
Alex McQueen. There we go.
Oh, you always get into me about the last names, and just roll with the last names, Dom. So Leach to Albon. That was Seth Albon who went back to Leach, and he's under huge pressure here from Dion Wright. He beats Wright. He's got Hegarty to contest with, and Hegarty does well. Vogel under pressure from Ethan Albon, our goal scorer today. Good here from United. They were probably just under a little bit of pressure, so they'll take it back, take a few seconds off the clock, make sure that they're the last team to be able to load up and have a shot in this first quarter. First quarter special comments, Cavalier Holmes, Don Wild. That's gone very quickly.
Hasn't it? It's end-to-end hockey, which is what we wanted to see. Good tight battle.
So far, I know we've got a little bit to go. Are you getting a grand final feel of this game, or at the moment are you sort of not quite getting that feel?
I think it is. I think you watch, probably knowing the players and knowing a few of them and how they go about their business, it's probably not the norm and not what you'd normally see, but I don't know. It hasn't built up yet too much. The crowd are pretty quiet at the minute, but there's plenty about, so I reckon...
Foster's gone in the circle, but it did hit Smith's foot, we thought, but it was play on, neither umpire saw it.
Might have got a save on that?
Yeah, I think he might have.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a long corner. I just get the feeling at the moment it doesn't have that sort of grand final feel to it, that if the game stays close, though, I think we might see that change a little bit.
If I'm honest, it's probably playing into United hands. It's pretty high. But
Foster.
He's called it foot. I think United would enjoy this. Probably a bit of a slower start for them. They probably don't have the legs to keep up with Wodonga for 60 minutes of hockey and then potentially going into extra time as well.
Oh, he's called the short corner. Payne wasn't 5.
Not
Payne
sure.
will plead his case, but it's been called. There's not a lot you can do. Your best to probably just give it up here. He's saying Payne stepped out. He can be a bit of a fiery customer, Jez Payne.
Yeah, he's usually pretty good. I mean, if he feels he hasn't done anything.
So, as we say that, though, United just press on. 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. And what a chance here for United to tie this game up. Wright will push it out. Look at all the United boys in the forward 25 here. It will go to quarter time as this ball comes out. So Wright, it's a great push. Smith on top. Finds another shot. Has it gone in? It has. It's gone in. Who's going to claim the goal? Is it Leeburn?
Leeburn looks like he's claiming it.
Who's claiming the goal? Is it Leeburn or Foster?
Not sure. I reckon they'd both split it at the end of the day, if I'm honest.
Can we do half a goal each? I'm not sure.
We'll give them half.
I think
we're getting told Tim Smith.
The
He wasn't
bench is
even
trying
in
to
there.
tell us it's Tim Smith. There's
Tim
no
Smith
way.
was nearly on the bench, wasn't he?
There's no way it's Tim Smith. So we'll find out who they're going to give that goal to. We head into quarter time. 1-1 to Jaco Aubrey. Wodonga goals tied up. And we'll head to quarter time, take a short break. Back with you in a moment.
Hi everyone, I'm Snow White. Snow White and the 7 Cool Dudes is coming soon. It's a fun show and you get to meet all the characters afterwards, so please come along. Oh, and bring your friends.
Performing at the Commercial Club Albury, Wednesday the 5th of October.
Preferably within about 24 to 48 hours, getting assessed at a physio that we can look at some of the signs of their concussion and set them up on a path which speeds up their recovery. Complete rest is now out, so it's about finding a level where the client can exercise but not exacerbate their symptoms, and that's really important for speeding up their recovery. Yeah, well, symptoms from concussion can go longer than 28 days, which is known as a post-concussive syndrome, and that the risk of that can be minimised if you do have an earlier assessment. I think the other important thing is just making sure that your brain has properly recovered before you're getting back to contact work or jobs where you have a risk of having an impact. And if your brain's not ready to deal with those, then it can be a lot nastier. So that's what we want to determine, is where you are on that recovery track.
You work hard. So does your equipment. You can't afford to stop. So when a hose or fitting lets go, you need to know there's someone around to get you back up and running fast. No matter where you are or what.
Welcome back to Hockey Albury Wodonga, All in Sports bringing you grand final day. Stay tuned, we've got the Div 1 women coming up after this, but right now, boy, have we got a game on our hands. Special comments, Cavalier Holmes, Don Wild, 1-1 at quarter time. How have you seen the game so far?
It's been a good game. Probably not as, I don't know, it's been pretty controlled from both teams. As you were alluding to last quarter, probably not a massive final feel about it. Both teams just trying to see how it plays out. But, I mean, we've seen a cracking goal from Ethan Albon. Apologies to you, Cass, for overstepping the mark with my celebration. But I'll let you have the next one.
I asked for more excitement from you, Dom, and I got it.
To you. Sorry.
So second quarter action here brought to you by our major partners, BF Transport, Commercial Club, Albury, Back on Track Physiotherapy, NZ Albury. Cass Argus with you for All in Sports. We have found out the goal. It's gone to Dave Foster in that goal on the quarter time siren. Bit of conjecture. There's a few boys putting their hands up as you do in a grand final, Dom. Put your hand up and say you scored it.
Everyone was celebrating, weren't they?
Look, we were about to give it to the keeper, Scott Anderson.
Yep.
So we're already a minute into this second quarter. No real action forward for either team so far. But Dom, how are you finding just the general play? Are you happy with the way things are going? Is there a team that needs to make any changes?
Yeah, I don't think United would be happy with the way they've come out the first quarter. I mean, they were lucky to get that goal at the end. Or get a short corner to give them an opportunity, but I think they'll be looking to build a bit more up through the midfield. And yeah, give their forwards a bit easier ball. They're not really getting it at the minute. It's going from Tim Jones straight to the forward line, and that's not how they usually play. But I think Wodonga, Jez Payne as coach, would be pretty chuffed with the way they've come out.
He's a big supporter of All in Sports, the coach Jez Payne, and I know he would have been going in back and looking at footage. He was here last week too. He would have gone over the footage, and I think he's set up so far what seems to be a very good structure. Haven't heard too much from the United boys if they're going back and checking it out, or if they're just backing in their own structure.
Nah, I thought they would have been going back and checking it out. There's a few players there that are pretty crafty and don't mind seeing what the opposition are doing and individuals are doing, and best ways to capitalise on players and defend against them, so they'd be doing it for sure.
I think there'll be a couple of individuals that don't mind going back and looking at themselves on camera either.
Well, I don't mind going back and listening to myself, Cass. I know you do the same. You tell me every week.
I knew it. We're going to have a feedback style session at the end of the season and ready for next year, and we're going to be brutal with each other.
I was going to say, there'll be plenty to work on, I'm sure.
So Vogel will take the hit here. No change to the quarter time score, still 1-1.
Oh, good ball to McQueen.
The only real change since then is United's given up on their marquee.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Things were looking rough before quarter time, and they've come out with the goal just to pick the spirit up.
Hopefully not a bad omen for their team.
I think Wodonga boys not real happy with that. Tim Smith being a bit crafty there, trying to take the free hit when it wasn't theirs and kill a bit more time.
He's a bit of a cheeky one, Tim Smith.
He's one of the players that have played a lot of external hockey outside of Albury, whether it be Spitfires or Sydney or Melbourne.
So the ball from McQuilton, geez, it was centimetres from Albon getting onto it. He scored one, he was looking for another. So this game to me, Dom, we're a couple of minutes into this second quarter, to me it just feels like it's been turned up a notch. We're probably still not at full throttle just yet, but for me it's gone up a little notch. Some very tight boys out there just not wanting to make any mistakes.
I think both coaches would have been waiting to see what each other did, whether they press on 16-yard hits or fall away. We've seen a couple of overhead aerials there in the start of this quarter, and that's probably to do with what coaches have seen in the first quarter. They'd have discussed it at quarter time, but I expect that to probably change throughout the games with both coaches having a fair idea and playing a lot of hockey.
Both teams with playing coaches as well, Jez Payne for Wodonga and Dave Foster for United.
Yeah, they get a pretty good feel as a playing coach, obviously. Oh, good hockey.
He's that man Payne now, and he's just been nudged out of it by Hill. That was Liam. Probably lucky not to give away one there.
I was going to say.
And they have this time probably a little bit of the tackle before as well. I think Ian Beath, the ref, let the first one go, but you can't let the second, third and fourth go, can you?
Absolutely not. And I think, if he does let the first one go, he's always going to pull you up if it's a 50-50 on the next one.
Massive chance here for Wodonga to put another Jaco Albury Wodonga goal on the board and take the lead. We love their short corners. What do you think we'll get here, Dom?
Well, you got to go Albon again, don't you? Give him a chance. He didn't get a clean flick away the first one. They then changed it up. I don't think it'll be Seth for a flick, but squeeze on that left post running.
Mulrooney's not there, is he?
No, Mulrooney's just about to go on.
So Pritchard brings it out. It wasn't where they wanted it, but the cross to the left, it's Albon. Good work from Foster. His number one running is
short corner.
His number one running's been very good today. And the 75 boys waiting to come on the pitch are going to have to wait as another short corner's called.
Yeah, we've got a line change here a bit.
1, 2,
NFL-ish.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players waiting to come onto the pitch for both teams.
I like that short corner. Probably wasn't executed perfectly. I don't think the push out was good, but draws all the defence to that right-hand battery. And then that fling across back to Ethan out on the left.
Cool under pressure too, I thought. It wasn't what they wanted, but they managed to make something of it. So I think this time we may say, I think that was meant to go to Albon's battery. So Pritchard sends it out. It's Albon. He takes the flick.
There it is.
And it's gone in. Ethan Albon, second goal for the game. He's put his team in the lead. Cometh the man, cometh the hour, Tom Wild.
There it is. Now that's a great flick. Bottom corner, tough to save. Always nice to see one go top corner, but bottom corner, perfect. Really hard for the goalkeepers to get to. Spot on, well executed.
He's threatened a few times on his short corners, and Ethan Albon that even seemed a little too easy, to be honest, for him.
He's just walked off, cool, calm and collected. No smile on the face, been subbed off. I'd have been armpits up, aeroplane to the other end of the pitch.
Dom. It's still the first half. So heading 10 minutes to go in this first half, Wodonga have taken a 2-1 lead, and this game just feels like it might be a game of ebbing and flowing. And we're still a chance of my penalty flicks at the end here.
Oh, good pick there by McQuilton.
United. The ball across was great from Hegney, and I think it was one of the McQueen boys just threw himself at it.
Who knows which one?
I don't know which one it is. They've got similar numbers too, which makes it even harder. You can't have one as 23 and one as 63. We're going to have to ask them next year purely for the coverage. Someone's got to change their number. So Wodonga just look to slow it down a little bit. We know United like to play that really fast-paced game. Yeah, that was dangerous.
Good call.
He waited too long.
See there, we want to see Wodonga strikers. I think you made a comment earlier about, in the first quarter, sorry, about a few balls going through the attacking D for Wodonga and no one being there. They had all their players within 30 yards of the pitch. And that's why that took so long. Everyone's compressed, all congested in the middle. If we get the strikers up the pitch, open the play up, move the ball around the back, and then can attack down a sideline that's open, they'll get some open, fast-playing hockey, and that's what I suppose Wodonga are good at. Ethan Albon's super quick. All of their players are super quick in that forward line, and they'll just run over the top of United.
So Hegney finds McQueen in the middle. Into the circle. Smith is there, but well done from Wodonga. Oh, geez, that was dangerous. They've gotten away with one, I think. McQueen to bring it back in. That's Alex. Well cut off there by McQuilton. Mac. So many players with the same last name around Hockey Albury Wodonga.
How about it?
I like the name.
Mac.
How good is the name? Mac McQuilton.
Falcons have got Mick Mac.
Yes, we've got a few good ones around. So Pritchard here, the captain.
That ball took off.
Good follow-up from him, though. He'd fumbled it, but got it back. So both teams are just rising a little bit here at Sonta. Geez, he's got it forward. He's got Mulrooney running, but just a little too hot for him. But Wodonga, again, they're really threatening every time they go forward.
Aaron Sonta's had a great year this year as well. Sort of stepped up. Was not many people talking about him last season. Not that we had a great season.
Here we go. Here, Mulrooney into the circle. He's beaten a few. He'll look for the shot. Takes the shot. Anderson. Keep going, Dom.
Where was I at? Sonta.
I don't know.
Oh, last season.
Actually, you talked him up and he just set up a shot on goal.
He did. He had a bit of a quiet year last year, and this year he's come out, and there's a lot of people talking around the paddock about where he's at and trying to get him along to sort of representative level hockey, because he's definitely got the potential. He's a superstar in the making, really, I think. Super fit, good attitude, and great skills.
Yeah,
he has got the gold stick.
Leeburn has gone, but no, it might be the front of the stick is black.
I
so
think
the
you just
gold.
made a mistake.
It might be the same. No, I didn't make a mistake. One side is black.
Geez, Cass, you don't like saying you've made a mistake, do you?
No, I did. I've stuffed it. Hey, I said I stuffed the Pont name earlier on.
No, that's all right.
Into the circle here,
Oh,
Pritchard, but
Pritchard.
just giving it up. As we say this, Cavalier Home special comments, Don Wild, the rain just starting to maybe come in. So Smith, he was looking out wide for Hegney, but couldn't quite find him. Seymour, sorry, not Hegney. These boys in their curly mullets, they're going to have to do something about it.
How about Beathy's mullet? Umpiring. It is just beautiful out the back of that cap. Flowing.
His is years in the making. The boys have all copied Beathy. I think Beathy's had a mullet for a good 15, 20 years, I reckon. So pressure here from right. This is what I love about his play. He's just a menace, really, is a word you can describe him.
Pretty good way of describing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not all players would like it, but geez, the United boys would love it.
He's another one with huge potential. Well stolen there. Who was that? McQuilton.
McQuilton,
again.
yeah.
Dave.
Trying to go in the circle, but well cut off there by Hill. That's Liam.
Yeah, down right. I see him with huge potential to play. Like you said, very young, super skillful and fit as well.
Have we seen him in Capital League yet?
We saw him for a little while, but I think, if I could be wrong, but I think with his work, I'm fairly certain. I'm not sure what he does for a job, but that's that's what he says he does on a weekend. But I'd love to see him in a Spitfires uniform and get him down there.
Here's your call out to the Spitfires boys. Everyone put your name down next year.
Absolutely,
Here it is.
yeah.
Hegney into the circle. There's our man right. He'll have the shot. There's the shot. Not only the shot, the chance of knocking it in from Sean Moore, I think it was. I mean, Ben Martin had him well covered. So good chance there, but a chance that goes begging for United. Starting to possibly become a little bit of the story of the day. Wodonga seem to be taking their chances, and United just left a few out there at the moment. Leach, fresh on it. He's got fresh shoes as well.
Nice white kicks.
Are we rolling with, is Seth Leach the type that maybe his mum's bought him a fresh kit for the
You've always got to look
grand
good for finals, don't you?
He has taken that to heart, the look good for finals. Don't worry about that. So Vogel now to kick United back off. Pritchard there putting super pressure on. He's right on his 5.
Oh, great pick. Young
Smith.
Seth Albon picked that one out of the air.
Smith was in the right spot. The
He
gold
almost
and black
trapped him
stick
for him.
from Leeburn.
Ooh.
Does that come off Seth's face? No? Not Seth, sorry.
Yeah, you're right with
Yeah,
Seth.
Seth, yeah.
Yep.
A little bit worried there. I thought he caught one to the face.
He probably did. Hard as
He
nails.
would- Well, it's the Karate Kid mantra, isn't it? The wax on,
Oh,
wax
dear.
off.
dear. Oh, good pressure there.
Foster. Jeez, he's just got skill, doesn't he, Dave Foster? He's nice to watch. So Jones calls him off. Says, go forward. You're scoring the goals, mate. I'll set him up.
Yeah, that's what Jonesy wants.
Foster through Pritchard's legs, but geez, Pritchard and his follow-ups have been good today. Second efforts. In contention for best on ground at the moment, but
I think
the man who just missed it, Ethan Albon's probably leading.
Oh, Jez Payne with a pick. Well read.
Plenty of time to settle
Yep.
himself.
Got to get his head up, pass this off, and then get forward himself because he's dangerous in the D, and that's where they want him to get that ball.
Where's Albon? He's lurking. He's on the post.
Oh, that's
But
it.
it's back to Payne to Albon. He'll flick it. It's in. Albon scored again.
That's it, the hat-trick.
He's got his
The
3
hat-trick.
goals. Ethan Albon. Just the Albon show at the moment. I know Payne's done a bit of work to get it
That's
there.
a great build-up by Payne. Drew everyone out, threw that ball, got it back in the D, and then that cross through. Perfect, exactly what he's got to do.
So Wodonga put their third Jaco Aubrey Wodonga goal on the board and take a 2-goal lead in this game.
It's a bit
You called
scrappy
it at
here.
the start of the game. You called Wodonga.
Yeah, it's a bit scrappy here from United. They just need to pick it up.
They don't often
Don't
play
see-
from behind United,
No,
so this
no.
is going to be a real test for them and a big half-time coming up. And in the meantime, Wodonga aren't done just yet.
Seth Albon there going, Ethan, if you can do it, I can do it as well, and show some skill from him. Perfect.
Do you know how they're related?
Brothers.
Brothers?
Yeah.
Brothers?
Seth, younger brother, Ethan, eldest brother. And
That
I
would
think
make
there's
sense
a-
if Seth's the younger brother, then Ethan would be the older.
Yeah.
That's magic work from
Yep,
you.
well
Cavalier
done.
Home special comments, Don
Not
Wild.
bad from me. Good maths.
I won't tell the people at home that you got your calculator out for that one.
Do you know, Cass, I never got my pen licence at school?
No,
There you go.
do you know
Fun
what?
fact about Dom.
Neither did I, and I still can't write. I write in capitals.
Yeah. I'll pop a
Love
capital in the middle of a word there if I need
I
one.
love learning about you, Dom. It's
Yeah.
one of my favourite things about the commentary.
Just for the viewers at home.
Nobody cares about you and your pen
No.
licence, Dom.
Fun fact.
Minute and a half to go.
Oh.
Second quarter action down here at Hockey Albury Wodonga. Grand final broadcast from All In Sports, bringing you not one, not two, but 6 grand finals over the weekend. This is number 5. We've got the big one next as well. We've got to get through
The
these
big one
boys
next.
first.
That's right, big one next.
Dom Wiles up and about. The Falcons are up. His fiance's playing.
Yep.
He's got the champagne ready to go. I think he's gone too early.
I don't think that's true. I think you're carrying on a bit there, Cass.
Never, Dom. Commentator never exaggerates. So Carl to take the free hit now. A minute to go. Geez, United would rear. Geez, that's a great flick from Carl. That's gone into the forward 25. The cross from Smith was looking for McQueen, but
I'm not too
McQueen's
certain how Campbell Cole gets a game in seconds. It beats me a little bit. He's
possibly started the year in seconds and
no, I don't think he has. He's trained with us at Spitfires in the previous years, but for mine, I think his skill, I'm not sure whether he chooses to do that or what the deal is, whether he just plays both because he wants to, but
then you're 17, you can play 3
yeah,
games a weekend,
exactly.
can't you?
Yeah, that's true. He does play 17s
Up
as
and
well.
coming Spitfire, do we think, Campbell Cole?
I hope so. I really hope so. And hopefully we see this guy on the ball, Mulrooney, continuing with his
Rooney's
Spitfires because he's
got some fancy stick work happening here, but
quick hands.
geez, Leeburn's been good today. He's been really good today, Leeburn, ever since I mentioned his stick.
Yeah, the wrong stick.
Yeah, that was kind of the right stick.
I tell you, this rain is just holding off, but
Yeah,
it's just keeping the pitch wet enough to make sure that ball sticks to it, which is what we want. So
As we get the weather report from Don Wild, we head into half-time. That first half brought to you by our major partners, BF Transport, Commercial Club Albury, Back on Track Physiotherapy NZ. We head into half-time with Wodonga, a 3-1 lead, maybe somewhat of an upset brewing down here at Hockey Albury Wodonga. Stay tuned. If you can't get down here, make sure you tell everyone to tune in. We're in for a cracking second half. Back in a moment. Welcome back to Hockey Albury Wodonga. It's grand final day down here. We've got all the action being brought to you by not only the All In Sports broadcast, but without our major partners, it doesn't happen. It's BF Transport, Commercial Club Albury, Back on Track Physiotherapy, NZ Albury. We've given Don Wild a bit of a spell. He's doing too well in the commentary today. Joining me is the Spitfires coach, Shane Newell. Shane, Talk me through how you're seeing the game so far. How are you liking it?
Oh, it's good. It's good competition. I think Wodonga just seem a little bit more structured in their game, and United are going for the old opportunist tries there. So, yeah, no, Wodonga are putting on a good fight, and it'll be interesting in the second half, that's for sure. I don't think United will back down at all.
So as the Spitfires coach, you've been given the job of picking the best on ground in this game. You'd have to have a few names in mind heading into this second half.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a few spitties out there of my from this year, and obviously there's a few non-spitties, but
well, here's your chance.
I'll keep that to myself.
Here's your chance. There's a few non-Spitfire boys out here. Is there a couple that you'd love to see head down to training next year?
Definitely there is. Yeah, there's a lot here. There's Ethan Albin. There's
well, he's 3 goals in the grand final.
Exactly, Seth Albin. You know, I'd like to see those two brothers come along.
And Dom and I were talking about the young ones for United, Campbell Cole, Dion Wright. We'd love to see a few of them down there.
Yeah, well, Campbell kicked off with us at the sort of beginning of the year, but sort of fell away. So, yeah, we'd like to see some of these young fellas come back into it. We really need it for the Spitfires. We need to be building that. So, out of these two teams, definitely there's a number of players that definitely available for this.
I know we didn't have too many wins for the Spitfires this year, but Don Wild's constantly talking about the improvement that's coming out of the boys.
Yeah.
What is it next year you think's the biggest improvement that needs to come?
Oh, look, we had a lot of issues with training and availability, and basically we turned up on the Saturday and put the game plan together. So you really can't do that at that level. We need commitment to trainings, and so we've really got to look into that next year. And also we need the numbers, right? So we struggled with numbers. Probably the average training was about eight players. So you can't really do a lot with that. But saying that, Dom's right. Towards the end of the year, we started building a bit of a nucleus, a band of brothers, so to speak, and we started to perform. Yeah.
I'm not too sure I'm happy with you telling me Don Wild was right about something.
Well, yeah, we've just got to give him a little bit of credit sometimes.
So more into the circle that's cleared out from Wodonga. We'll let you get back to watching to pick your best on. Shane Newell,
cheers,
Spitfires coach, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Hope you had subtitles on there, Cass, did you? For all the viewers.
Tell you what, you might be out of a job soon. A very, very smart man when it comes to hockey, Shane Newell.
Yes.
He's put his pitch out there to some of these boys as they're listening back after watching this game to get out to Spitfires training next year and put your name down.
Yeah, Shane puts a lot of effort in for the Spitfires and wants to see them succeed, and Hockey Albury Wodonga succeed, and he sees the way forward in pushing our limits and our players to their potential at Capital League. And
it's gone in! No. It's gone in, but I'm not sure it was touched in the circle, was it? The umpires will confer here, but I don't think it's been touched in the circle by a United player.
That's off Jeremy, for sure.
I don't think Ian B thinks it's a goal, but he's just going to check with the other ref in Matt Russell. Got a feeling the outcome's going to be no goal, but United think it's a goal, and they've gone streaming back to halfway.
For mine, I think if they call this a goal and they haven't touched it, it's not.
They have called it a goal. Well, there we go. United have put their second one on the board. Bit of controversy down here at Hockey Albury Wodonga. We'd love to have an instant replay if we could get one, but Wodonga's got to settle here now. They're not happy about this.
I think Jeremy Payne will be probably pretty disappointed in the United boys for celebrating if they haven't touched it. And for mine, we were pretty good view here, straight down the line. Didn't look like anyone touched it here, but...
So, full of confidence now, it's Hegney. Takes it into the circle, but Pont, great work from Pont. We'll find out who they've credited the goal to. Because unfortunately...
Yeah, that'll be interesting, won't it?
Trying to listen to...
I didn't catch that.
Operations Manager Kate Campbell, I think it is on there. We'll find out who it is for you, but as we say that, 3 goals in, Ethan Albon was looking for his 4th. Gives the ball up though, and Henry McQueen, we believe, got the goal. Henry McQueen, giving it to Henry McQueen. There's a couple of times you nearly got the first one. As we say that, short corner here too. As we're finding out who got that goal, Wodonga's found themselves a short corner. This game is starting to we were talking about it didn't feel like a grand final, but it certainly does now. Cavalier Home special comments, Don Wild. So tick under 12 minutes to go, third quarter. Wodonga have given one up at the other end about a minute ago. Here's their chance to peg it back to a 2-goal lead. Oh, this game's heating up a little bit, Dom. I think we need to all collectively take a deep breath.
Can we have a break?
Reset. This is what we wanted. This has probably been so far one of the best Div 1 men's game we've streamed all year.
Oh, definitely. So it should be.
So it comes out. It's Sonta. Goes the layoff. He was looking for Payne, but it's the menace, Dion Wright.
Well umpired there by Matt Russell. It's always hard to call off the back of the stick there, or maybe he's called it for the lifted ball. Not sure. Anyway, as a player, you sort of know what happens when a ball pops up off a stick in a certain way, and for mine that looked like it was the back of the stick, and I thought Matty had called that for sure.
Rightio, Cavalier Home special comments, Don Wild. We aren't even midway through the third quarter. We've already got 5 Jayco Albury Wodonga goals on the board. Wodonga with a 3-2 lead. Stay tuned if you're watching at home. The atmosphere is just going up a notch here around Hockey Albury Wodonga. We've got starting to get the Div 1 women down here watching as well before they go warm up.
Yeah, the crowd is starting to warm up a bit, aren't they, Cass?
That's it. Vocal at every end here, and it's Smith. Brings it up the baseline and well covered by Pont. No, it's come off Smith in the end. I think it hits Pont's stick back onto Smith.
Ian Beath, cool, calm and collected down there. Everyone wants it, both teams, but he's made his call and he's sticking with it, which is good.
No
like to see it.
Matt Russell over the other side, but it seems to be each quarter the action's happening at Ian Beath's end as the umpire.
Yeah.
So Matt Russell not having to do too much on his end.
They've got their earpieces in. They'll be communicating between each other and helping each other out, I'm sure.
Great initiative from Hockey Albury Wodonga. I've loved the umpires having the earpiece in. I think it's made the games go quicker, less stoppages.
Makes it so much easier on them.
That's it.
I don't envy being an umpire.
No, I actually have blown the whistle probably twice and really struggled. I just was pretty much everything was advantage because as a player I want everything to be advantage.
Exactly.
I umpired like I was playing. They're trying to go into the circle here. Smith thought it was a little high, but Alboni will go straight back. It's Innes. Haven't called his name too much, but he has been down back a fair bit.
Ooh.
Smith, I'm
What's
not
he
sure
doing?
what Smith is doing. So Leach to fling it back into the circle. It's a good touch from
Beath is in my way here.
Hegney. I don't think we can tell the ref to get out of the way, Dom. Sonta!
And Jonesy just hanging out the back.
Jeez, he's cool, calm and collected, Jonesy, isn't he?
He's very nice to watch. You just watch, even when they're under pressure, he'll just be floating around in the back. Facial expression never changes.
And he just bobs up everywhere.
Yeah, he just reads the play super well. I think he's second in the best and fairest, if I'm correct. Is that right? In
I
the
believe
association?
there was about 3 United boys in the top 5. I think so. Probably took votes off each other.
Yeah, they did. Yep. I think it was 5 in the top 10.
Ethan Albon, the winner.
Yep.
Showing the reason why today
I was
with
going to say.
a hat-trick of goals.
What's he scored this year? 19 prior to finals.
You got your little list back?
Got my list
But
back.
can we expect the same thing in Div 1, Don Wild?
In the women's? Of
Are we
course.
going to get the similar thing of
What do you
goals from
think?
you? You're the goal man at the moment.
Absolutely.
I'm loving it.
Geez, I've worked hard for it too, Cass. Sat up all night last night, wrote my notes.
Well, I did hear you were down here in the torrential rain picking the best on ground for the Div 3 women.
That was a cracking game, to be honest, with the weather the way
I
it was.
also hear you didn't come prepared in terms of of a jacket. Poor operations manager Kate Campbell gave you the jacket off her back.
Kate Campbell giving me a trench coat.
So here we are this year. I've seen people bring you cake, bring you sushi, bring you potato cakes, a jacket. What's next?
I'm well looked after.
You were very. I wouldn't mind a little bit of that action myself, to be honest.
We might work on it for next year, Cass, I think.
We've got a lot to learn for next year, I think. We're hoping to be back next year all in sports. If you're looking to get on board, get in touch, allinsports.com.au. There's a broadcast and a network covered something like 50 to 60 grand finals over the last 2 weekends.
Hasn't Stephen Murphy done a great job
He's
with
done
it?
a brilliant
Fantastic.
job.
For local sports, it's just great. It's good to see.
Brilliant to see some of the probably lesser known sports like your hockeys, softballs. I know he's working on water polo. I was at the Ovens and King grand final
Ovens
yesterday.
and King? Really?
Ovens and King grand final in Wangaratta.
Yeah, right. Good
Great
match.
day. Yeah, it was a really good day. It was Bonnie Doon against Benella, and Benella won the Resis and the seniors. I know we had Hume League footy, netball. It's great to see local sport. I think local sport in Albury, you think Steve Murphy and All In Sports.
Yeah. I think you're right as well with the lesser known sports or the less of I suppose
brilliant.
supported sports. Hockey's probably
It's
one of
been-
those, and it's fantastic for the sport.
And the coverage we get in the newspaper and the news,
Yeah,
you know, that's
absolutely fantastic.
a lot to do with the hockey ball getting it out there, but the
Yep.
footage that they can show is brilliant. That's off the foot of Albon. They've missed the foot in the middle. No, they have found it. They played advantage. So Tim Smith. Jones, sorry.
That's a great ball.
Brilliant
Good
ball.
vision.
Finds Hegney. He was
Oh.
the man who put him on top last week. Can he do it again now? McQueen in the circle.
Yeah,
They
getting
found a
short
corner.
for sure. Wodonga
found
aren't
a
happy
corner.
about it, but
Oh, I think for mine, Martin was probably standing on top of the ball.
yeah, I think you're right. I think
So
had
here
to
we
be
go.
something.
Can United tie it up here? Can they get the Jaco Albury Wodonga goal to make it 3-all?
This is what we want, isn't it, Cass? Want a close match.
Yep.
3-all.
100%.
You about to whack your notes on the fence, then you're getting excited before it's even in.
I'm tipping goal.
All right.
There's a goal here.
I'm going to say Tim Smith to the right post for McQueen deflection.
You go back
Henry
to
McQueen.
right, injecting it out, you think?
No,
So
right
out.
post.
Jones with the trap. Smith, he lays off to Jones. Back to Smith, and it's up. They've beaten Martin. Oh, but they did not beat
Ben
Ben
Boyd.
Boyd.
That's the second one in the short corners.
I think he got the one on the post back
Yeah,
up the other
first-
end as well.
first
So
half.
Ben Boyd turning up for his team in a grand final. And before you know it, we're 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hegney, good work from him, taking off quickly. It's McQueen in the circle. Doesn't find the short that he was after, and now Albon's off.
Albon's just got to be patient, get some more numbers around
Yeah.
him here. Yeah, as
And
he
he's
does.
done
Perfect.
that. Found McQuilton.
Classy player.
Oh, he's 3 goals in a grand
Yeah.
final. I mean, what an achievement. Oh, and it's the shot there. Albon with the shot.
You know,
How full of confidence are you when you're running into the circle and taking that shot? But, mate, it must have been going in because it's come off Anderson and it's a long corner.
it's what makes a good striker. He's unpredictable. And it was like Ian Beathan, I don't like saying it, but in his prime, no one knew what he was doing, not even his own teammates. And that's what made him such a deadly striker. And we're seeing exactly the same with Ethan Albon. He's just absolutely ruthless in that D. No matter where he is, he's just opportunities every time he's in there. It's great to see.
So Innes just gives the ball up here. United will be on the hop now. It's Moore out here. He'll have runner running for him. It's McQueen, but couldn't quite find him. And here we see the mass changes for every team here.
Jez Payne back on the pitch as coach. He's probably come off and resolved a few issues that he saw out there. And
Interestingly, he spent I know he does like to spend the first part of each quarter on the bench, but I feel like he spent a bit more time on the bench today than normal.
probably shows the faith he's got in his team and the depth in the team. They've got a great midfield and a great forward line and even defensive, but he probably sees himself as just as much use on the bench, helping out the players off with what they should be doing and how they should be doing it.
Well, he was brought to the club to win a premiership.
Yep.
First year
Yep.
with the club as coach. They've brought him here because it has been 38 years
Yep.
since Wodonga have won a premiership. So they've invested heavily in Jez Payne and his structures.
And a big investment for him as well, like to leave a club that he's been with for a long time, especially in Albury Wodonga hockey. It's not really something you do, but hats off to him for doing it. He lives in Wodonga now, so it makes sense, and his wife plays for Wodonga, so again, it makes sense, and he's gone out and invested a lot of time and effort into it. And
As we say that, Albon, he's been his best goal scorer year. That's from outside the circle. He'll need a Wodonga stick, but he didn't find one. It was dangerous. So United save the day again there. We're 4 minutes to go. Third quarter action, and with Wodonga with a 1-0 lead, 1-goal lead.
I think both teams not wanting to concede a goal here. Obviously, that's the aim of the game, but with three-quarter time coming up, I think if Wodonga score here, it'll be pretty tough on United to come back, and Wodonga don't want it to be a draw at all.
Leeburn with it again. Jeez, I've really liked his game today. He's probably not
He's played
normally
well.
not normally one you mentioned in the best for United, but he's throwing everything at Wodonga today.
All the players are stepping up, though.
Yeah,
There's not many basic mistakes.
Very hard to find a player out there who's not doing their job for the team.
No, exactly.
One would have thought with 3 minutes in this quarter and 1 quarter to go, the likes of some of these North girls would be getting ready, but Sharon
They all
Raleigh
seem a
as
bit
usual.
relaxed to me, but anyway.
Sharon Raleigh as usual. The girls are out getting ready and she's still just walking around pretending to be busy. So 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's Wodonga on the attack at the moment. They come in with a 1-goal lead as well. We've seen a goal fest so far today. We're hoping for a couple more. Leach finds Pritchard. We found the foot of Foster.
Foster would have to be careful with that stick in there.
Given the advantage, Pritchard, he'll try and beat Foster here, but no, he's given away the free hit. So Pritchard.
If you watch Pritchard play, the ball position when he runs with it and dribbles is right in under his eyes. It's almost perfect for if there's a young and up-and-coming player, and the skills and where he uses that skill in close. It's just awesome. Always loved watching him.
As you pumped up his tyres, he's just
made
battled a little bit there. So
well.
Commentators curse. That makes you a true commentator now. Special comments.
True commentator. Do I get a
Cavalier
badge?
Holmes, Don Wild. He might give you a run next year at calling some of the names. You'll have to do a bit of research.
I've got a few of them. Pont, McQuilton,
Albon. Yep, that's
all the twofers.
Yep. There's 3 McQuiltons at one stage. Just the 2 today.
Queens as well.
Yeah, there's plenty of them out there. So Wodonga on the attack. Tick under 2 minutes to go, third quarter action. They do sit pretty with a 1-goal lead, but I don't think they'd be thinking it's game over just yet. United can score in a matter of seconds. So Leach with the fresh shoes and the fresh headbands. Really likes his game today too as a young fella. I would imagine probably his first senior grand final.
Yeah, would be, I'd say.
I think Wodonga's been in a grand final for a few years and he's still relatively young. Something Jez Payne probably had to talk his truth. United have been there, done that. As we say that, Wodonga into the circle. United had a lot of experience in grand finals. Their last premiership, 2017, but we haven't. 2015, sorry, 7 years ago, but they would have been awarded last year's after finishing on top, but we had no grand finals.
I think technically they were, but at the same time,
probably don't really count. I think
sure
you've got to win a grand final to win a premiership. So here we go, 40 seconds to go, third quarter. United into the circle. It's Hegney. He'll find the free hit just outside. They'll look at the clock and they've got a bit of time. So Foster just slows them down as every good coach can. Finds another footy. He'll get a shot here in the circle. Well, out there, Mulrooney will clear it, and well cleared by Mulrooney. That'll take us to three-quarter time. 5 Jaco Albury Wodonga goals for the day. Wodonga alone, all 3 to Ethan Albon. You've taken the mic off already. Simmer down, mate. The siren hasn't gone yet. A little bit early from you, Don Wild.
Sorry, Cass, getting excited.
So Wodonga will head into three-quarter time with a 3-2 lead, and haven't we got a fourth quarter coming your way? Third quarter action brought to you by our major partners, BF Transport, Commercial Club Albury, Back on Track Physiotherapy, NZ Albury. Back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back. Hockey Albury Wodonga Grand Final Day. All in sports coverage of, as we said earlier, on 6 Grand Finals throughout the weekend. We're on Grand Final number 5 at the moment. Stay tuned. The Div 1 women are coming up next, but don't go anywhere. We have got a ripping final quarter come your way. The 2 best teams all year in Div 1 United Hockey Club and Wodonga Hockey Club. Wodonga take a 1-goal lead into the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter action brought to you by our major partners, BF Transport Commercial Club, Back on Track Physiotherapy and NZ. United probably have to get on top, get a goal here early. Cavalier home, special comments, Dom Wild.
Yeah, I think they'll have to get up early here. They'll be coming out firing. Let's say the older heads in the team, your Tim Smiths, your Dave Foster, Jonesy, they'll have given the boys a bit of a ramp up there at three-quarter time. And, yeah, last push here, I'd say.
I just hope if Wodonga do score again, we have a chance to see who actually scores it. They're 2 goals.
You mean United?
United, sorry.
That's
the 2
right.
goals they've scored today, we can't actually tell who scores them.
No.
It's them having to tell us who scored it. And I'm not sure if some of the boys are just getting in first. But here we say that it's Pritchard. However, well covered from Hill. And Liam Hill's had a good game down back too.
Yeah, he's a good young player.
Not a name we've typically called too often. But the cross here.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, probably needed to be a little bit more central. Jez Payne giving out a fair bit there. Maybe just charging the troops up. He gave him a fairly passionate speech at three-quarter time. Couldn't see what was really happening at the United end because they were very, very tight in a huddle having a chat. And I think they might have just been saying, boys, it was a close game last week and we got the chocolates. We can do it again. Yeah,
I think Jez would be upset there. He'd like that ball to come back to the top of the circle, not along the baseline, and close off their opportunities. Pritchard probably, as I say, his name is here.
That's it. And just interestingly, Jez Payne starting on the pitch for this fourth quarter as well. So he knows what's on the line in this grand final. It's 38 years in the making. Can Wodonga win the premiership for the club? Div 1 men, it's the one they're after. Their Div 1 women didn't make it this year. Their whole club, I reckon, is just about here today. They've got plenty of support.
Yeah, the hill's full up there, isn't it? The Northern Hill. Not sure what we can call it. What do we?
Think of the Dom Wild Hill, is it? So
Wouldn't have thought so.
Hegney beats one. He's got
Oh,
players
good
coming
pass.
with him. It's McQueen into the circle, but
Ooh, lucky he
just
did not
outside
connect
the
with that.
circle, and McQueen will take it straight away. Fires it in. He went straight in, didn't run his 5. He knew it too. He knew it as soon as he's done it. Get you to start thinking about, I know there's 12 and a half minutes left on, but throw a couple of names up for best on ground.
It's got to be a pretty
Shane
pretty
Newell's-
straightforward one at the moment, isn't it?
You're going with the hat-trick of goals?
Well, it's got to be.
Geez, you're putting it out there. You want to hope Shane Newell picks him at the moment.
Who's he going to give it to if he doesn't? You score 3 goals for your team in the grand final.
Very
If
good
they win at
players
the
out
moment.
there today.
Yeah, there
Ben
is.
Martin's kept a very good goal, and
They're
no one
they're
ever
all
gives
been
it to
well.
keepers, do they?
Oh,
As we say that, United on the attack, but Pont, the old head down there, he just bobs up when he needs to as well. He doesn't bob up a lot, but when he does good work. Jones to bring it up for United. United do just feel like they're probably not sticking to what they want to at the moment. They're a little bit under the pump, and as we say that, Pritchard, he's also had a good game too, Pritchard.
oh, Pritchard's not going to be happy with that.
Lee Byrne, another one who's had a good game. We've called his name a lot today. We like his stick, we like his game.
I think there can become a bit of an issue out on the field if you've got too many people that are trying to sort of make changes. Payne's obviously doing it for Wodonga from the bench. Yeah, he's mad.
He dove
Lunatic.
there and got back up in record time,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Little whippet, but he'd be calling it for Wodonga's game plan, and everyone would be listening to him. Whereas United, it's potentially 3 or 4 players out there trying to make changes, and it can become a bit of an issue.
So Jones looking for Foster. Take it into the circle.
I love watching Jones go up the pitch. It's brilliant, because if he gets in the D, it's game on.
So Hegney into the circle, but the cut off there. Now, the man who scored 3 goals has just plugged himself down into defence and stopped an
Great
injection into
tackle
the
there.
circle. Hegney's come to life in this second half as well for United. Slows things down a little bit. He was playing at quite a frenetic pace. Here we go
Seth
now.
Albon, good steal.
Great steal from him.
Oh, just
Big
made a
brother's
mistake
meant
on
to
that
start
pass.
today, and he wanted to do it, but our boy Liam Hill
Or
found his
no,
coach
you
in
can't do
Foster,
that.
and
Yeah,
no, called the short corner. So massive short corner here for United. I know there's 10 minutes to go, but geez, if they can get one on the board now.
Might be a bit of tension out there. I reckon there was a bit said between a couple of players between United and Wodonga. Good to see, a bit of heart out on the pitch. Like it.
It's grand final, leave
Yep.
it all out there, Dom.
Absolutely. Nothing's too out of hand. They're just letting each other know where they're at.
That's it. So 10 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, the Div 1 men's grand final. Wodonga currently clinging to a 1-goal lead, but it's United with a short corner here. Can they get the Jaco Aubrey Wodonga goal to tie it up? Comes out, it's Smith, lays it back to Jones. Oh, the shot. They've called another short corner. Called another short corner. United will get another chance. Maybe just a few. They're laying it off every time. I think they're a little bit worried about Ben Martin that he goes straight down.
They probably don't have a straight-out attack either. They don't have a power flicker or like a drag flicker like Wodonga do. And Wodonga have got a couple, to be honest. But they've got enough old heads at the top there and experienced heads to pass it around a bit.
So here we go now. Ball comes out. Jones with the trap. Smith lays off. It's the shot. Oh, he's missed it. It's gone to the right. It has come off a Wodonga stick,
Someone's
though.
got a touch on it.
Potentially was going in, and the Wodonga stick may have saved it.
I was going to say they've got to make sure they get that on target, but obviously someone's got a touch on it.
So United still on the attack here. 9.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They're 1 goal down. Jones finds McQueen. Just
good
doesn't
tackle.
beat Ennis.
No.
Good work from Ennis.
United are on top here, though. A lot of pressure for Wodonga to withstand for the last 5 minutes.
Brent Ennis has done a good job there.
Yeah.
He's beaten Leeburn with the flick too, and Albon wins the team a free hit, and United are going to have to get back in defence here because Wodonga, in the matter of a blink of an eye, are attacking. Leeburn, busy boy today. He'll send his team forward here. No, gets called off by. I like the work from Campbell Cull as a 16-year-old to say, no, mate,
Step
off
off.
your trot.
Yeah.
I'm taking this.
Confidence.
Liking the confidence. Get him in a Capital League uniform, we're hearing.
That's what we want.
You and Shane Newell, the coach.
A lot of these players, if I'm honest.
So good in the middle. They've beaten Smith, but doesn't beat Foster. As Payne comes in, nearly gets taken out by his own player.
Wodonga have probably got to recognise that ball back in the field is not on with United at all. They've always got someone there behind them shutting it down. They've just got to look to go wide, use their game.
You get the feeling when Tim Jones brings the ball up, it's like he's stalking his pro.
Yep.
Here he goes now. He's won the free hit. Now to be play on. Moore, goal scorer last week, looks up. Jones is on, but he loses his footing. Jez Payne will come in and win the team a free hit. Probably got lucky there that it hit Moore's foot.
Wodonga's got to stay composed, look for their game, and don't fall into the trap of United.
So
They should get a free hit here.
Payne with the
Or
flick
not.
to Albon, but well covered there. Liam Hill.
Oh, what a
really liked
tackle.
his game, but Sonta gets it to Albon. He won't save it. It goes over the baseline.
That's good hockey from them, though. That's what they want to do. That's their normal game. Don't shy away from that. Attacking hockey, it's perfect.
So 7.5 minutes to go, fourth quarter action. Cass Argus with you for All in Sports, joining me on Cavalier Home special comments. Don Wild. We're really hoping potentially, I know that you tipped Wodonga, but I'm looking for a draw and a bit of extra time
Yeah,
here. So
I'm the same.
banging for a United goal here.
Just saw Jez Payne look up at the clock and had a bit of a sigh. I think he was hoping there was probably a bit less time than what's up there, but they'll keep chipping away, and United are working hard here. Really got Wodonga under pressure.
And that pressure's evident now with Ennis. Oh, it's just hit Foster's foot. They had the hop on him, but just found Foster's foot. Pont. I'm not going to say his first name. I had it right. Brett Pont. Pont.
Back yourself, Cass.
Oh, I shouldn't I?
It's finals time. You got to back yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, he did well.
You've practiced. Oh dear.
I did. I practiced.
You trained all year for this, Cass.
Yep.
One game.
Yep. I'll get it right before the end of the game.
You sure?
The last name. That's all that matters. There's too many of them. Too many people in hockey
Oh,
or Wodonga
good
related.
tackle there.
Sonta,
Unbelievable
he
by
stepped up
Sonta.
in this last quarter. He finds Albon. He's over the sideline. It was Hill. Hill also stepped up this game too.
Yeah.
One of the lesser likes for United, but doing his job here today.
Another line change here for United. Tim Smith back out there as captain. They'll be looking for him, I'd say.
Payne, he'd lost the ball to Foster, but he's the one who kept his feet, Payne, so he'll keep it. And poor tackle there from McQueen, but it's allowed to play on.
Yeah, Jez won't be happy with that. He's got to keep his head here. And United would be pretty disappointed they didn't get the advantage there, I'd say. Dave Foster away down that left-hand wing.
Jones looks to switch it and does. It's Hegney. Seymour with it now. Good ball forward. Finds McQueen. Looking up. He was looking for Moore. Moore was fresh on the pitch, but couldn't quite find anything. Dion Wright here coming back on. When he came off last time, he looked like he had a bit of a limp on him. Luckily so far no real injuries to either team. So 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Wodonga with a 1 goal lead at the moment. We've had 5 Jaco Albury Wodonga goals.
There's a bit going on out here.
Ethan Albon alone's responsible for 3 of them.
Beatty's just given the boys a bit of a warning there. A few players off the ball.
Yeah, it's a free hit here to United. It'll go back to Rice for mine where he is, but it'll be Smith comes in. Jones, sorry.
United are pretty good at this, trying to wind up the other team. Get them out of their game. Start to argue between themselves and the umpire. But good pick up there by Jez Payne.
Into the circle. He looks up and not a lot to go to, but yeah, just hold on to it. Well, good tackle there from Wright, but Jones had done the work before. So United just on top a little bit here for mine. Cavalier home special comments, Tom Wild.
They just grind teams down, don't they? They just wear them out. Although they're behind, it doesn't look like they're behind.
It doesn't, but time's starting to become a factor. You can grind teams down all you want, but with 4 minutes to go, you're going to have to tie it up. And here's their chance. The blind flick behind the back just wasn't good enough.
Good from Ethan Albon there, aware that that was a space that wind down a bit of clock, wind the clock down a little bit. Hopefully, both teams can keep this going for the next 4 minutes.
Scott Anderson knows what the time is. He's just run a kilometre to get the ball to throw it back in play.
Yeah, absolutely. He'd be letting them know too, letting the defenders know. Those key players for United.
Leeburn brings it up the sign, but Mulrooney.
Oh, Mulrooney, well picked.
Well picked from him, but well done from Sean Moore coming in at the death there. So as they do United, they'll build up again. It's Smith into the circle. He's looking for a deflection, but the deflection came from the Wodonga stick in Jez Payne.
Yep.
And again, it just looks like at the moment Wodonga are just holding on by the smallest of margins.
Seeing Tim Jones slide up into the striker's position here, and Payne's fallen out. We saw Payne as that free player through the midfield and picking up those balls through, loose balls through the middle, but now he's going to have to mark Tim Jones pretty tightly up there, I think.
Tim Jones is the goal hero.
He's deadly in there. He's absolutely ruthless.
So why don't we see more of him in there, Don?
Because he's just so controlled down the back. I think you watch his mentality out there on the pitch. Oh, great tackle by
McQueen,
yeah.
McQueen took it in, but it was McQuilton that made the save. Vogel hasn't seen a lot of it today after a big game from him last week, but looks up, not a lot on. That's Leeburn. He's got a shin pad coming out of his sock. I don't know why I noticed that, but I did.
Good work, Cass.
Yep. So 2.5 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Wodonga clinging to a 1-goal lead. If they can keep the lead, it'll be 38 years since their last premiership.
The rain's about to start as well.
Yeah, not looking good for the Div 1 women, but we only care about the Div 1 men at the moment.
That's it.
Vogel.
He's got to get this Vogel.
He'll keep this in play, and United, probably the last 5 minutes, have had all of the possession. And Moore loses it over the sideline, but it's off a Wodonga stick. Leeburn to take it. Alex McQueen, their top goal scorer, sitting here waiting to come on. Someone's...
Oh, they're subbing the keeper off, I believe.
They're taking their keeper off.
This is a
so
big,
time
big
will
call.
stop. Seymour's come flying on. Has he got to wait till the keeper
it's
actually
fine,
comes
because
off?
they're
No,
called
he's allowed
time.
to go.
Yeah, yep.
So huge move here from United. They've taken their keeper off. They're going for broke now. They've got to score to tie it up.
I'd have actually liked to see this with 5 minutes to go. Get a goal and then and if it goes the other way,
Put him
you
back
can
on.
put him back on. Yeah, absolutely.
So Leeburn fires it up the line. It's Hegney with it.
Oh, they've got to be careful.
You can't be on your
Got
knees
to be
doing that,
careful doing
Innes.
that. No.
Leeburn. So here's their moment. They've got no keeper though. Ethan Albon will just send it long.
Here. Yeah.
He's gone long, he's gone wide. That's also a good enough job.
Probably could have been a bit more patient and taken that ball himself out there. Wore the clock down a little bit more, and then when he put himself under pressure, then hit that ball.
So if you're looking at the United goals, if it's coming up on the screen, there is no keeper. They've subbed him off. They're going for broke now. They need to. They're 1 goal down in the grand final. And a diving stop there from Innes. He's come to life in the 4th quarter. United starting to look a little panicky, but they probably need to be with 1 minute to go. It's going to be a card.
Oh, no.
He wasn't 5. He wasn't 5. That's his game done.
Yeah, that's the game. It's
depending if it goes to extra time, but here we go. United.
9
this is the
outfield
time.
v 11 outfield. This is going to be tough for Wodonga to
Seymour
hang
into
on.
the circle,
Oh, good
but
touch.
my boy Brett Pont
Well done.
gets the touch.
You
40
said you'd
seconds
get it right.
now. Hegney, he'll flick it in, looking for a deflection.
Oh,
Oh, they've had the
They've
deflection.
got a corner.
So Smith found the short corner. The ball in from Hegney was great.
This is it, Cass. This is
30,
it.
30 seconds to go.
3-all. This is your call, isn't it? 3-all into the game.
Is there a little bit of shades of the first semi-final? I know that there was about 5 seconds to go. United got a short corner and
Yep.
tied it up to send it to extra time. Are we seeing a repeat of that?
Got a sub here. I'm not sure why with 30 seconds
Looks like
to go.
Santa's in a bit of pain there.
Oh, Santa might have been clipped on the knee, was he?
Albon can't go on though. So 30 seconds to go, United. This is for everything here now. They can't win it right now, but they can certainly tie it up and send it to extra time. Look at the cavalry sitting on top of the circle. Cavalier home special comments, Don Wild.
All to play for here. This is it.
Out it comes. It looks like it'll come to Smith. It does. Smith lays off. The shot, it's gone in! The shot's gone in! United, they've tied it up! They've tied it up! It's that man, Ryan Hegney. He won the game for him last week and he's tied it up this week. 8 seconds to go and he's tied up the game. Don Wild, we are going to extra time. We wanted it.
Oh, no.
We got it. They haven't managed to get their keeper back on just yet.
I think
6 seconds to go.
Oh.
And the keeper's coming back on.
Bit of controversy there, I reckon.
Wodonga went too early, do we think?
Well, I don't know. I think, yeah. No.
So 6 seconds to go. We are headed to extra time. Cavalier Combs, special comments, Don Wild. We will take a very short break and we'll be back with the extra time. Welcome back. Hockey Albury Wodonga Grand Final action. We have got what we wanted. Cavalier home special comments, Don Wild. We are going to overtime. For those of you playing at home, we have 2 10-minute halves of extra time. It is golden goal, so if someone scores, it is game over. If at the end of the 2 10-minute halves, we will go to the penalties, the 8 seconds, one-on-one. You and I both want that.
That's what I'm waiting for that.
We want that, but I'm sure neither of these teams particularly want that. But about a minute and a half until this overtime starts. We haven't had to say this year. Overtime brought to you by our major partners.
There you go,
we get
first
to say
time
it.
ever.
First time here on All In Sports.
Exclusive.
BF Transport Commercial Club Albury, Back on Track Physiotherapy NZ. They've brought you the broadcast all year. They've brought you the entire final series. They're about to bring you 6 grand finals this weekend, and for the first time they are bringing you overtime. So, United tied it up with all of about 8 seconds to go. We've got Wodonga starting with the ball. They won the toss. It looks like they'll start with the ball. Yep. Don Wild, how do the players go in? Cavalier home special comments, sorry, Don Wild. How do the players go in to this extra time? Do you play the game you've been playing?
I think you have to.
Are we a little bit worried for potentially Wodonga, who seem to have just been hanging by a thread in that last quarter? And do we reckon Jez Payne's given a rev up?
Yeah, he definitely did. He was giving him a bit of a spray there at the end of that game, or the 60 minutes, sorry. I think probably they went away from it. You've mentioned a couple of times how many years it is since the premiership for the club.
38 to be exact.
38.
Yep.
Well done.
Also 7 for United, though. We're not probably counting. I know they'll count last year, but for the sake of the story, we won't. So United, though, on the attack here. It's McQueen. He's been scoring them all year. Moore has put it in. United has scored with 30 seconds to go, and they've won the grand final. 30 seconds into extra time. Sean Moore has put them ahead and scored the goal. We were just trying to chat up extra time.
We were just talking about it.
Sudden,
what's the point?
30 seconds into extra time, Sean Moore scores the goal, and United have come away the victors. And you got a feel for Wodonga. They were probably on top majority of the game. They tried their best. They've given it their all, but another premiership goes begging for Wodonga.
Jeez, what a game.
What a game we've just witnessed. It puts us in great stead for the Div 1 women coming up after this. Well, we probably weren't prepared for 30 seconds of extra time, Dom, but that's what we got. We'll run through. Actually gives then United a 4-3 win. Goal scorers for United. Sean Moore, who we just saw 30 seconds into extra time. Dave Foster got one. Hegney was the one who sealed it up right before the end. Henry McQueen with one. If you actually look at United, they've scored 2 goals in the sake of a minute to win the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
You include the last little bit. Got a feel for keeper Ben Martin. He'd done such a great job all day, but United just too strong in the end. Goal scorer for Wodonga, they had 3 on the board. All 3 went to Ethan Albon. We now ask the question again, Cavalier home special comments, Don Wild. Do you have any other ideas about potentially best on grounds?
Yeah, I don't know. I think United, they all stood up and had a fantastic game. I mean, Tim Jones led from the back, pushed through then to be up the front and push forward. But, I don't know. Both the McQueen boys were deadly.
The United boys celebrating with their crowd now, who've been extremely vocal for the entire game. It's a big moment for the club. Winning a Div 1 premiership, no matter who you are or how often you win them, it's a huge thing. Cavalier home special comments, Don Wild. We'll be back. It'll be about 20 odd minutes for the Div 1 women. We'll watch the presentations here now and be back with you in a little bit. We'll preview the Div 1 women's game and then bring you all the action.